What's going on, guys? So welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, what I want to go through today is essentially how personal trainers can improve their client results and in turn actually warrant them charging a higher price point. But one of the biggest things that I see with personal trainers is that they struggle to achieve client results. And the issue is that they say, oh, but I know my clients only see me once per week, or maximum they see me twice per week. Some, of course, 3 times, but the main premise is that they don't see me enough, okay? Trainers are sat there saying, oh, my client knows that they don't really see me enough to get any results. Now, that's pretty poor information, to be honest. That's not very useful information. You just analysing the fact that your client only sees you once per week, that's then the reason that they don't get a result, is a bit useless. They're not going to get a result on that. You're going to be set in the mindset that your client is not going to get a result because they only see you once per week. And it's not going to be good for anyone, to be honest. Now, getting straight to the point here, what I think some trainers forget is that they can simply provide more. That is what you need to be doing if you want to actually achieve better client results. Now, this came off the back of a story the back of a conversation that I was having with a guy at the gym only last week. And I was asking about obviously his client results and he said, yeah, they were lacking. And he said the standard is because most of my clients only see me once per week, or they only come in and train twice per week or something like that. And I said, okay, great. But what are you doing outside of that? What are you doing for that client outside of that session that you're delivering with them? And he said, well, I offer like some nutritional advice. And I was like, okay, what does that look like? And he's like, okay, I'll give them like some guidance on what they might eat, some suggestions, and like I set them up with like their calories. I tell them what calories they need to be on. For somebody that is outside of the industry, or they're in maybe a corporate role, they're a dad, they're a mum, they are not in the fitness space, and they might be potentially new to the whole counting calories, to the whole MyFitnessPal, to the whole training scenario. This is not great information, because what are they supposed to do with that? As a coach, as a personal trainer, you need to come forward with everything that that client needs for them to attain a result. Now, if that is on you, that you actually come through with detailed nutrition advice, okay, detailed training advice, what they need to be doing within their lifestyle, then so be it. That shouldn't change whether they're training with you once per week or 6 times per week. Your goal is for that client to get a result. So if that client's come to you saying, right, Alex, I want to lose weight. Okay, perfect. I want to train with you once per week. Okay, cool. I know if they only train with me once per week, that's obviously not going to be enough. I need to come through with more information and more guidance for them to be able to attain the result while still training with me once per week. So getting straight to the point here, you need to be providing more for your clients, okay? Now, obviously, we know that there's multiple different things that we can do in this, okay? So when we're actually providing more, we're already obviously delivering training. But what are you doing outside of their training sessions? Are you coming through and showing them what they need to be doing when they're not with you? Are you providing them the guide? Are you providing a training plan outside of the days that they are not with you? So you can deliver that on any form of online platform that there are now, Trainerize, TrueCoach, PT Distinction, any of those, or you could simply do it in a simple PDF format, or you could do it on Google Sheets and so on. Now, if you are thinking that, oh, but Alex, that's a bit of a heavy workload, like that's more than obviously what I'm charging them per session and so on, then 2 things on that. First of all, you need to completely reframe your mindset around what it is that you're delivering for that client, because if they're not going to get a result, then ultimately your business is not going to grow because of it, because your clients aren't getting any results, okay? You're going to make it a lot harder for yourself. So if you're seeing it as just a time for money thing and actually not a what can I do for this client to get them a result, that's a very poor way of looking at it. Now, on the flip side to that is that if you actually come through with more of a service and you're providing more outside of your personal training sessions, then of course you can then warrant a higher price point. Your product can be of higher value because it is of higher value to the client. Okay, if we put this into another business term, then this makes perfect sense. Of course it does. If you go to a car dealership and you're looking at the very box standard car, it's obviously going to be less, okay? Whereas if you're looking at something that's all singing, all dancing, it's got this, it's got that, it's got this gadget and so on, it's got all these things that is amazing as the consumer, which is as the customer, then, and it's got a higher price tag, I don't think, oh, no, thank you. I think this sounds amazing and this has got everything that I need. And this is going to see me to my end result. This is going to tick that box. Okay, so two little different frameworks on that. The more that you can provide, the higher value your service is. Okay, so don't see it as more work, because not only are you going to get better results because you're actually providing the customer and your client with the information that they need to actually attain a result, and you're putting your value up. Okay, now moving on from that, what else are you doing for your client? Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of the personal trainers that I'm speaking to they're only delivering their training. Okay, on the off chance, sometimes they might be delivering a little bit more in-depth nutritional advice, and they might come through with meal plans or some other setup on that, recipe guides with actual guidance around what you can be doing to hit that, okay, and so on. But there's different things that you can be providing, okay? There's, of course, nutrition advice, meal plans, recipes, guidance for when they're out on social occasions, calories, macros. There's so many different things that you can come through with. Training on how to use MyFitnessPal. If you can provide everything that your client needs, then of course they're going to attain a better result, which is going to make you look better as a coach. You'll become a better coach because you're getting better results and the value of your product goes up. Not only that, education. What education are you doing for them? Are you only delivering their training sessions 1 hour per week, 2 hours per week? Great, thanks for that. What about all of the other time that the client is not with you and that you're not speaking to them? Do they know what they're doing? Probably not. All right, so what education are you providing for them? Okay, you can put together a portal, you can put together a bit of a hub of where they can go into, where you have got some very frequently asked questions already answered. So then in terms of your client getting a better result, not only are you delivering great training for them, okay, and you're providing their training program outside of the training session that you're doing with them, they are also being educated around how to navigate social occasions, how to optimize their sleep, how to hit their cardio on busy days, how to do a meal prep more effectively and at a faster time frame. All of these things are going to help significantly with your client achieving a better result. And okay, you might have put the work in at the front end to have those videos created, but a video literally just like this, okay? You could put together something like this very easily that's not gonna take any longer than 10 minutes, 20 minutes tops to actually create, okay? But the value that is gonna come from at a mass scale is gonna be significantly higher, because you can then have that hub for all of your clients. You haven't got to keep on saying it, and then their education is being enriched, and then of course the result that they attain is gonna be better. Support. How much support are you giving your client? Do you actually have a system in place with regards to the support, or is the only time that you speak to them when they actually come in for the session? If that's once per week or twice per week and they roll around every week and you say, okay, what's your weight? And it's the same, if not more than what it was beforehand, or they're in exactly the same position because you haven't given them any support outside of that, it's not very good. And of course, the client is going to struggle to get better results, okay? Because clients need support. Sometimes coaches forget. They think, oh, they're in great shape, okay? The coach is in great shape, and because they understand it and they're like, oh, okay, how difficult is this? People forget sometimes that when people have come in for a personal training service, it's because they don't understand how to get there themselves and they need the support, okay? So if you've not got a system in place for that, that could be something that is so simple, by the way. So it doesn't have to be some huge support system that is like so time consuming for you. That could literally be a case of you 3 times per week, allocate half an hour to an hour at a certain time, whether that be morning, afternoon or evening, where you just drop your clients a message. Or say, for example, if you split your clients into 2 groups, you've got group A and group B. On group A, at the back end of the week, I'll be checking in with them. On Thursday, I'll message all of my A clients. And on Friday, I'll message all of my B clients. Hey man, how you getting on? How's the week going? Because I've already seen them at the start of the week. That is so simple and so easy, but yet the accountability that will bring, and also the support that will bring for your client to stay on track, stay engaged, which is gonna, again, tying it back around, result in them end up them resulting in a better outcome, okay, their transformation is going to be significantly better. That is a win-win across the board, okay, because the value of your service has increased. You can actually warrant a higher price point if you wanted to, or to the main point of the video is that it's just going to get that client to attain a better result. And then finally on that, resources. Again, so we've come into the education section and been like, right, okay, we've done videos and stuff of how to navigate certain things, but what resources could you provide for that client? Could you put together training programs for when they are training in hotel gyms, for example, okay? You can have different examples of different common hotel gym setups, maybe 4 or 5 different programs for when your clients travel on holiday. Alternatively, you can have resources that are, for example, how to hit your steps, which we all know, we tell our clients, okay, we need to increase your steps and so on. Yeah, but how? Create a guide around that. How are you going to do that? What are your suggestions for them to actually attain that? Alternatively, different things like different meal plan examples, okay? You might be providing, if obviously you're delivering a high level of service, you might be providing a detailed meal plan for your client, but you could also put in different example days of what that looks like. So say, for example, if your client is flexibly tracking, which we can all promote, okay, it all works. But if that's what that client prefers, then if they've got resources to turn to, which are different examples of what a day might look like, 4 different examples, again, it's going to make that process for them significantly clearer and significantly easier for them to then follow. So that then, when it ties back around to them attaining a better result, again, it's a win-win across the board, okay? So just a quick video on that one, guys, all right? So think about providing more for your client. If you are just rocking up and delivering your one-to-one session, 1 to 2 hours per week, something like that, and then that's it, that's all the client gets, you can't expect them to be flying through as you might if you're prepping for your holiday or if you're prepping for your photo shoot or something like that, when you know that you're dialing in on all of your training, you're hitting your cardio, you're following a structured meal plan, or you're tracking your calories accurately and you're doing your meal prep because you know how, okay? You understand everything, your clients don't, okay? Anything that is missing from a client standpoint, you can still provide, whether you are training them once per week or whether you're training them 6 times per week. The more that you can support that client and the more that you can deliver, the better result they're gonna get and the higher value your service is gonna be. All right, so hopefully that video helps, guys, okay? Think about what you can bring into your service to actually deliver that high level of value and high level of service to your clients so that they can attain a better result. So if that means that you put together some training programs and some templates for your clients to follow outside of your sessions, that means that they're gonna train 4 days per week or 5 days per week instead of that 1 or 2 sessions with you, so be it, put that together, all right? But as I said, hopefully that video helps, okay? Let me know if you've got any questions. As always, drop me a message and I will catch you in the next one.